Thank you. In just a few weeks, California voters will be participating in a critical special election, deciding whether to approve Prop 50, which authorizes new congressional district maps.
That's right. The Secretary of State's latest voter registration report shows Democrats had the fewest increases in voter registration, while Republican and no party preference registrations actually surged. Joining us now is Paul Mitchell, Vice President of Political Data Incorporated. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So when you dive into the numbers here, it's interesting because it looks like Democrats added just 190 new registrations between February and September, while Republicans and nonpartisans added tens of thousands. Can you talk about what's driving this disparity? And is it because there are so many registered Democrats already in the state, or what's happening here?
What's actually happening is after a presidential election, counties are able to remove more voters that failed to vote in that election, maybe haven't responded to a postcard asking if they've changed addresses or something. So we actually had 300,000 Democratic registrations, but then about 300,000 Democrats were removed from the voter file statewide because they've moved or died or just couldn't be reached by county registrars. On the Republican side, they had 150,000 registrations and only 100,000 voters removed from the voter file. So a lot of what we're seeing here is a movement of numbers, and I apologize for the early morning math.
Well, as long as it doesn't involve 6, 7, I'm good with it.
Hilarious.
Oh my, okay.
And yeah, that makes more sense of the numbers we're understanding here. Okay, so the no party preference group had the largest gain. How could this voting group influence turnout or the outcomes in very competitive districts?
We've seen this for a long time. Voters are more increasingly registering to vote independent, especially new registrants, because new registrants are younger, and so they more often choose to not affiliate with one of the two parties. And in California, because we have an open primary, it doesn't really punish anybody who registers independent. They can still vote for governor or legislature. It's only the presidential race where it's important to be registered with potentially a political party or to get a partisan ballot. In terms of turnout, those independent voters are generally lower turnout because they're kind of self-selecting. I'm not as partisan as everybody else. And in an election like this, where we're seeing real partisan impacts, we're seeing it as a fight between Democrats and Republicans over redistricting. A lot of independents are kind of saying, this isn't my battle. And we're already seeing that in the early numbers, that they're turning in their ballots at a slower rate.
Oh, it's really interesting. Yeah, and I mean, we're talking about registering voters here this morning, but you're also getting into the fact that you do have to get these people to the polls in one way or another. So what do you think, strategists are looking at doing to try to get these voters to actually cast their ballot at this point if it is so slow up until now?
Well, for the independents in particular, a lot of what campaigns do is try to identify these independents as maybe Democratic leaning or Republican leaning in order to really see, which voters are we trying to push out to the polls. Overall, this upcoming election probably will have turnout at around 50-ish%. We're not expecting a big, high presidential election turnout, maybe more turnout that's similar to what we saw in the presidential or in the gubernatorial recall in 2021. Both campaigns are trying to get their voters to turn in their ballots early by mail or by drop box, and even in a few days we'll start seeing early voting locations open up so people can vote in person.
Okay. All right. Well, it's all fascinating to take a look at, and thank you so much for being with us this morning and doing that math for us. We appreciate that very much.
All right. Thank you very much.